Oh no! The constellation of the camel! Take Tut Kashun's not gonna like this.
What's up?
I was having a dream, then I woke up and saw this.
I was having a dream, too, of exotic dancers with almost nothing on. So I hope there's a good reason why you... Yikes! The constellation of the camel!
Just like the ancient legends predicted.
Which means...
that the battle of the gods has commenced.
Which also means that we must take action right away.
Only one of us can avert disaster.
You don't mean...
Afraid so.
But he's positively rude. He has no manners. He can't keep his trap shut. And he'll cause us more trouble than we can imagine.
Be that as it may, he is still our only chance.
Well, then, let's do our duty.
Gods, prepare for the battle. The end of the world is nigh. Days will be
Ouch! Watch it!
will be shining.
Sorry.
Fire rains from the sky. They're rumbling and crumbling. They are creeping and crawling. 'Cause the darkest of things are awake. So who can hold them and who can stop them?
Right or left?
Over there!
It's time for a hero to save our land. It's time for a fighter with a will to stand. The gods, they are cruel. The gods wanna play, and the gods don't play fair.
Let's go!
But beware, take care.
Ew! I stepped into something soft.
They're only dirty socks.
Maybe you could light a quick fire.
No.
Pity. At last! At last, it's finally happening! What's all this shouting? On your knees, prostrate yourselves and pay homage to the Ankh.
Oh no, it can talk.
It? He. I am a great and mighty god.
And it's completely batty.
What wench is this who dares use such words when speaking with a god who dwells in the Ankh?
Hey, pipe down, you thing.
Bearer, toss her out of the window. She's unbearable.
Unbearable.
She talks back. Say, are you telling me you've never noticed?
Oh yeah, I've already noticed.
You watch what you say, you two, or else the air here is going to get hot enough to burn.
Oh yes, the air really is going to burn. For the battle of the gods has begun. It will rain fire and ashes as the gods make ready to do battle.
Why do you keep going on about fire and ashes? It's a beautiful spring night.
Oh yeah, if you're going for barbecues.
Barbecues are fun.
Barbecues where Egyptians are roasted.
Oh.
It's bluffing.
The inferno is nigh.
I don't believe a word it says.
There, up there. Did you see? A fireball from on high. The gods are ready.
What? That was nothing more than a shooting star.
What is that?
Maybe we should go and have a look.
So there. I was right. I'm always right.
Boy,
That was close.
good thing it missed us.
That one landed inside the house. Go and look whether it damaged anything.
Me? Why me? What if it's still burning?
Then you put it out, of course.
Well,
Hey, who paid for this house?
I know. Your fantastic dad. But mine furnished it.
Get going. Asil, once again, you've managed to do a brilliant job.
It's not my fault the meteorite wrecked the stairs.
Ever heard of ladies going first? Now tell me how you plan to get me down from here.
Easy. You just have to jump down here. You'll land softly on the carpet.
Are you out of your mind? I'll break my neck. You're going to build me a nice soft spot to land on. Do you hear me?
Hey, Bearer, let that goat up there stew in her own juice and make sure you get me out of here safe and sound instead.
That's out of the question. I'm not leaving Tara behind.
Then you'd better get cracking, you mortal. I haven't the slightest interest in getting my divine little behind burned in this rundown hovel.
Woven from camel hair. Not exactly fluffy. Don't remind me. A basket full of dirty laundry. They're just decoration, I swear. These are a private affair, really. Oh well, I shouldn't be prissy. Great for leaping around on. The old mattress. My slatted frame. My slatted frame. A genuine Nile crocodile's fan glove. My first prize for cherry spitting. Things tend to mysteriously disappear in this house. A sticky fly trap. This should break the fall a bit. Perfect. Now Tara can climb down safely.
Help me get down.
Jump!
Now I can come down at last. Watch out down there, here I come.
Oh, why didn't you pull the mattress away?
Now hold your horses. Who are you?
I am the god who dwells in the Ankh, and I was awakened in order to participate in the Battle of the Gods!
Once more for the people who didn't have a pencil ready. What is the Battle of the Gods?
The Battle of the Gods is a grand tournament, and the winning god rules mankind for 1,000 years. Unfortunately, the stars are shining favorably on Seth, and only one god can stop him. Me!
It seems to me that your opinion of yourself is a bit far-fetched.
Vera, she's talking again!
Let's work together so that we can get out of the burning house in one piece.
A used sock of mine. Right, the handcuffs are fixed to the slatted frame. Now let's turn two into one. That merchant from the Sphinx really nailed me on the price for it back then. A rope ladder to climb down on. Since my jaunt to the Pharaoh's Palace Gardens, I've really learned to appreciate this feature. If there is water in the basin, it flows out through the drain. This won't fit on its own. It's dirty enough as it is. There's water spluttering out. The fly trap is wrapped around the obelisk. I've stuffed my sock into the overflow. And plugged. Ugh! Water! How I loathe it!
Actually, the bathtub is fantastic. The only thing is, a seal can't stand it. A nearly brand new ironing board. There you are.
I've opened the cabinet. The remaining limescale remover. Fragrant oil. Tara's beach toy. Woohoo!
A piece of it has already broken off, making it pretty rocky.
A piece of it is already broken off, making it pretty rocky. A good place for the limescale remover. A chemical reaction. Very fashionable. Unfortunately, extremely prickly too. Out of the way, thorny scrub! I won't manage alone. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Phew-wee! Everything's full of smoke. Why isn't it escaping?
Remember the nest with the little chicks?
Ah, the one on top of our chimney. Our kitchen stool. I've opened the oven. Just the way I like it. I saved this duck.
I'll get out of your way.
A common crank to, crank away with. It supports the tendrils of this neat, prickly Nubian vine. Well done. Whoa! It's furled. It's right where it belongs. A clothesline. The most important utensil for my legendary barbecues. We got that from Tara's father. I can't reach it, but maybe it'll come down to me somehow.
A handful of flour. Smoke escapes through here, normally.
Ha! Gotcha!
Oh no, my kitchen's burning.
Pretty thing I've built here. It supports the tendrils of this neat, prickly Nubian vine.
A melon.
A lovely round melon. Was it my turn to clear the table yesterday? Tara's pet. Is that bizarre or what? Tara's pet. Is that bizarre or the jar is filled with maize? A wooden spoon. There you are! Darn snake.
A wonderful pet. You shouldn't come too close to it.
Did you see that?
Yes, my poor pet.
I'm afraid she might even have survived.
Not a bad idea. We could escape that way.
Sure, except it's suicide. I'd rather wait for the fire brigade.
And I think that could take ages, so...
The bird is now filled with water. Tara's not going to be very happy that her writing is going up in flames. If we want to make it through here alive, we'll have to think of something fast. Thank goodness we took that out. The fire brigade will rescue us any minute now. Our fire insurance policy. Fresh firewood from the Cairo Bazaar. The pot is too heavy. It's filled with maize. I've stuck the policy into the wood. Now it's burning. What's happening to the maize? The fire has been put out. Heave ho!
Asil, I know you don't like popcorn, but please climb into that maze jar and let's get out of here.
Do I have to? Somebody must be coming to our rescue, I'm sure of it.
So we're here. Think this is the right house number? Gee, these houses in the suburb all look the same.
I'm not barreling down the stairwell in that jar. That's plain suicide. I might as well burn up here.
You're already burning.
Ah! Go on! Into the jar!
Fire Brigade Manual, rule number 1. All shoes must be properly polished. Are those shoes polished, El Fuego? I see a little spot.
Tara, maybe this wasn't such a good idea.
Shoes polished. Badge polished.
Asil, we are not going back.
Hairdo in position. Did I leave anything out? Oh, yes. Rescue occupants.
That was the lousiest rescue I've ever seen.
It's your own fault. Who asked you to meddle with a pro's work and leave the object without precise instructions from the
You seem to be
fireman?
more of a firefighting camel.
No, the camel is back there.
But there are advantages as well. Now we can take our time before we invite your father over for tea. Ouch!
I already told you, no volcano, I said. Let's not go for a cuppa. But you said, oh, the fire brigade. They'll take care of that.
And now he's dead. The guardian of the Ankh.
Tell you what, I was never too convinced of that guardian in the first place. It's not a big loss, as long as the Ankh didn't melt in the flames.
But which of us is going in there to search for it?
Who do you think? Whose name is Volcano and breathes fire for a living? And which one of us is the poor, old, frail soothsayer?
Oh, always the same old scam. Give it a rest.
Hello!
Oh, you're still alive. How nice.
Oh, yes, you good-for-nothings. A fine secret brotherhood you are. Nearly let me burn to death in here.
And us too.
You too, yes. Very tragic.
All right, nice and slowly from the top. Just what are you two doing here? Aren't you supposed to be at the Cairo Bazaar?
As the sacred Ankh has already divulged, we are the secret brotherhood for the preservation of balance.
I've always suspected that the two of you are off your rocker.
Asil, the situation is serious. The constellation of the camel can be seen in the skies. The battle of the gods has begun.
Which means?
Which means that the gods are fighting for supremacy over Egypt. And Seth, the cruelest of all gods, is being viewed as the odds-on favorite.
Favorite? Ha! I'll run circles around him.
Which is why we've decided to bring the Ankh to life, so that it can step into the ring against Seth.
So it's your fault that this thing can speak now?
Fault? Is that what you call it? Salvation. That's what it was.
Clearly a matter of opinion.
And what does all this have to do with me?
You're the guardian of the Ankh. You must take it to the battle of the gods.
And where would that be?
It takes place every 1,000 years at the Sacred Hotel.
A hotel? Reception? Minibar? That kind of hotel?
None like you have ever seen. It is in a dimension between the worlds.
So I guess I won't get there by hitching a ride.
The hotel is linked to our world by portals, but no human has ever entered it. However, we did manage to find out something. Volcano,
Yes?
the portal, what we discussed.
Did we? All right. Yes. So, Asil, I found out that there's a portal to the Hotel of the Gods in Luxor.
And where exactly is it?
Well, the details aren't quite clear. You'll have to find out once you get there.
Sounds tricky.
Well then, are you on our side? Are you going to help us prevent Seth's victory?
If we help you, will we be rid of the Ankh for good?
I should hope so. As soon as I've won the Battle of the Gods, I'll have all the power in the world.
Tara, I'm not sure it's a good thing for the Ankh to have all the power in the world.
As long as we can get rid of it, I'm willing to do anything. Anything.
Splendid! Then off you go to Luxor.
I'll look up Shmuel, Shalom, and Ephraim and ask them to help us.
But you must not lose any time.
Then I'll ride to the oasis. Asil, you head straight for Luxor.
All of a sudden, you seem to be in a big hurry.
The prospect of life without the Ankh can move mountains.
I'll pretend I didn't hear that.
I'm taking our camel.
Why aren't I getting it?
Because I said so first.
Asil, she's way ahead of you.
We'll rendezvous at Luxor at midnight. Fiendish little thing. It's too hot to be picked up. I've always loathed him. Not very pretty. It says, dangerous, conscientious guard snake. Only too happy to do its duty. This is where the sand comes out. A valiant friend and helper. I can't move it.
Are beautiful.
Beautiful? What's so beautiful about my house burning down?
That's the beauty. It's your house that's burning down.
I still can't see the beauty in that. The quality of living in my house is going down every minute.
But as the owner, you can answer an important question. Do you, by any chance, have any sausages on you?
What?
You see, I always mean to take sausages along. Roasting a sausage over an open fire is so romantic. I can't get enough of it.
This open fire happens to be my former house.
Maybe we could borrow a few sausages from your neighbors.
What kind of pump is that?
The state-of-the-art pharaonic sand extinguisher pump. You can align it precisely and smother any fire with sand. And if there's one thing we've got plenty of here, it's sand. A wonderful invention.
What kind of camel is that?
This is a specially trained firefighting camel. It carries all our gear without a grumble, and it manages the Cairo-Luxor route in a mere 8 hours.
Could I borrow the camel?
We're a fire brigade, not a camel rental.
What is all this stuff you've got with you?
My excellent fire axe, a ladder that nearly reaches up to the first floor. And of course, our moles.
Moles?
The hunters of the soil, blind saviors of lives.
Moles?
They can dig tunnels to people who have been buried alive. They're simply mad about digging, the little imps. Burrow everything to pieces, they do.
I'd say you bank on some strange help.
Anything that helps us to get to inaccessible spots gets tried out.
I expect my house to be extinguished by the time I come back.
In our experience, every fire calls it a day at some point. Sometimes, even a few walls are left standing.
Good morning.
Hang on. Aren't you that palace guard from Cairo?
Ah, my reputation precedes me.
But why are you a fireman?
I'm a guard by day, and at night I'm with the Pharaonic Volunteer Fire Brigade.
Really? There's a volunteer fire brigade?
The Volunteer Fire Brigade is the only one in town. And if you don't volunteer to join it, the Pharaoh reduces your palace guard wages by half.
My house! You must put out the fire.
Let us worry about that. We'll take care of it.
You're not doing anything here.
Oh, that just seems like it. We are thinking hard.
I'd say you're doing a pretty lousy job.
Fiddle faddle. It's plain as day that we're so good, there's hardly room for improvement. Except, of course, if we knew beforehand where it's going to burn. That would be the only thing that would make our work even more efficient. Then we could have breakfast in peace instead of rushing who knows where.
Keep it up.
Yes, sir. Always on the job.
Hello, Asil.
I could use your help as a clairvoyant.
Well, you see, it's... As you know, my soothsaying talents have always been a bit limited. That's why I had to give up my bookmaking parlor at the Cairo Bazaar. I'm afraid my predictions wouldn't help you an awful lot.
Can you tell the firemen when the next fire will break out?
To be honest, I don't think so.
Couldn't you at least pretend to?
That would be a better bet. I was always good at pretending to do things I never did.
Then try your luck.
So, you can look into the future and tell us where the next fire is going to break out.
Yes, that's true.
I don't believe a word. You haven't got a crystal ball.
Beg pardon?
Fortune tellers have crystal balls. Everybody knows that. Just as pirates have eye patches. Or firemen have fire brigade camels.
But, I really am a fortune teller, I am.
No crystal ball, no fortune teller. There's no way around it.
That bloke wants to see a stupid crystal ball. Where am I supposed to get a cheap piece of junk like that?
Missed it. The nozzle is now pointing right. The sand hit the sculpture, but that won't help me get anywhere. The nozzle won't turn any further. The nozzle is now pointing at the middle. The nozzle is now pointing left. The sand hit the large meteor. The heat baked it to glass. That thing nearly tore our house apart.
Birds?
They're specially trained for firefighting assignments.
Sounds exciting. I'll test them in action when I get a chance. Which, of course, will put these blind little chaps right out of business.
The moles are nuzzling up the earth. The nozzle is now pointing at the middle. The nozzle is now pointing right. I love signs that prohibit things. The sand was deflected by the sign. It hit the small meteor and was baked to glass. A shining crystal ball. There you are!
Oh, you do have a crystal ball. Then let's see how good you are.
Eh? What's that? I'm...
A fire, of course. I'm asking you to soothsay a fire.
No, yes. Just a minute. I'll really need to concentrate. I'll be back with your hot tip, your prediction, in a jiffy. He seriously wants me to predict a fire.
Hello, volcano.
Like what?
Volcano, I need a light.
You started smoking? Asil, if you want to seem grown up, then you simply shouldn't run around in clothes like that.
No, you've got to set a fire for me.
Arson, not a chance. The fire breather's code forbids it.
Since when do fire breathers have a code?
We've always had one. It regulates all the circumstances that ever allow us to breathe fire. And rule number 3 says, never play with fire where people can get hurt, or even worse, where things can be damaged.
Oh, come on. You must have set something on fire just for fun at some point.
Nope, never ever.
Not even a piece of parchment?
Nope. Nope, never ever.
I'm beginning to think you can't do it.
You've already seen me breathe fire quite often.
But not in this adventure.
Oh, all right, you're not going to give up anyhow. But if anybody asks, it's part of a trick.
Naturally.
Well, let me know when it's time.
Hello.
You never give up, do you? So then, where is the next fire gonna break out?
The next thing to burn shall be the garden gnome.
Which one? That ugly little thing back there?
Precisely. Forsooth, it shall be the next to burn.
Never! It's much too far from the house.
Believe me, burn it well. Right now!
Well, what do you know?
That's great!
We've got to report this to the rest of the guys right away.
What wonderful progress in firefighting.
Well then, off we go again. Nice seeing you. With expertise like this, I'd say we're on our way to completely new deeds. You could say we're all done here.
Shouldn't we take our camel with us?
Why? It munches our bread. The heavy pump hangs off it. And as of now, this honorable gentleman is always going to tell us in advance when there's a fire. So all we have to do is stamp it out.
Fair enough. We'll leave it here.
I believe that's my cue. Who'd have thought that? I'm a natural-born camel rider. Oops! Ouch! Stop, you stupid camel! Hold your horses! Oh, my.
Right, Ephraim. Jot this down. The history of all society until now is a tale of class conflicts.
Far too dramatic. Nobody will ever read that. How about the authority posed by the modern state is merely a committee that administrates the common dealings of the entire ruling class?
Phew! Too long. Nobody can remember all that. And what's more, the authority of the state isn't particularly modern at all.
I've got an idea, too.
Oh no, please don't, Shalom.
How about may the ruling classes tremble in the face of revolution? We have naught to lose but the chains that bind us, yet all the world to gain.
Wow!
Shalom? How did you ever come up with that?
You can't even cook couscous without turning it all sticky.
Well, I let myself wander as I walked around the oasis.
Hi, friends.
Tara, does this mean you've already had enough of Home Sweet Home with Asil?
You've got to come with me to Luxor right now.
We can't. We're in the process of drafting our manifesto for the revolution against the Pharaoh.
A battle of the gods is in the making, and we have to win it.
No, we're in the middle of planning a new blow to bring the Pharaoh down.
And we've got soup cooking.
The revolution will have to wait. There are more important things at the moment. Really.
More important than revolution? Impossible!
All of Egypt is in danger. We must travel to Luxor and help Asil in the battle of the gods.
Well, if she's right, the revolution won't do us an awful lot of good either. Good point. Why revolt if the ruling class has been eliminated anyway?
So, are you going to help me?
You do know you can always rely on us.
And maybe we can burst the chains of the pharaonic capital while we're in Luxor. After all, Luxor is an unholy temple of unbridled consumption.
Yes, well, maybe. But perhaps we'll stop the victory of the unbridled gods first?
So then, let's go. We'll leave our manifesto here for now. I hope nobody copies it.
And hurry up with the packing. We've got to meet up with Asil in Luxor at midnight.
Tara, would you mind telling me why you're wearing pajamas?
That's a long story.
Ow! Ouch! Stop, you stupid cow! We're there! Wow. Grand old Luxor. But I was told it was livelier somehow.
Hello! Welcome to Luxor, the most beautiful city in the Orient.
Hello.
We have a beautiful groom lawn over there, and back there, further sightseeing attractions.
Right, but...
Oh, it's getting on. Mustache, see you.
Strange people here. Hey, wait a minute! She robbed me! There she goes! Everything's gone. Except for...
Right you are. I'm still here. And now get a move on. We've got to find the portal of the gods.
Hold it! So, that's what's going on.
What?
You're the piece that's missing in my puzzle. The old saying has rung true once again. The perpetrator always returns to the scene of the crime.
Perpetrator?
If I had my way, I'd take my luxurious spear and run you through straight away for your insolent deed. Unfortunately, it was confiscated. We can't have you hurting children all the time, blah, 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 blah. You can hardly say it's my fault when the brats steal dates. Somebody's got to keep them on the straight and narrow. Well, anyway, that's why I was transferred to indoor duty. Which means that now I can spend my time solving mysterious crimes. The only thing I'm allowed to do now is snuff out people who want to leave the scene of a crime in a hurry. By any chance, do you want to leave the scene of this crime in a hurry?
I'm more the type who prefers leaving at a leisurely pace.
What a shame. Be that as it may, you'd be better off proving your innocence to me quickly before we bring our luxurious methods of torture to bear.
Luxurious doesn't sound that bad at all.
That means they come from Luxor, not that they don't hurt people.
Oh. I was robbed, and the thief raced through here.
In that case, contact the officers from the robbery squad. Well, anyway, that's why I was transferred to indoor duty. Which means that now I can spend my time solving mysterious crimes. The only thing I'm allowed to do, by any chance.
No.
What a shame. Be that as it may.
Could it be that you mean Luxorian?
But it's all one and the same.
I'm no accomplice. I'm from Cairo.
That puts the general suspicion on you, no matter what. What brings you to Luxor in the first place?
Me? I'm just a tourist.
They're the worst of all. I am dead certain that there was an accomplice. After all, modern sarcophagi can only have been opened from the outside. So, if it wasn't you, then who was it?
I've spotted a suspect.
Describe the person. Then I'll subject whoever it is to rigorous questioning.
Wears sandals and a kind of yellowish bathrobe.
Uh-huh. Special features?
A teeny-weeny twirled beard.
Go on.
A red nose.
The deuce? Hang on. That's me. You mean I really might? Oh, bah! What a load of rubbish! You're not going to put me on the wrong track that easily. Well.
I don't want to be a bother, but I have to get by.
That's impossible. That's the scene of a crime and cannot be disturbed.
But that girl just ran by, too. She robbed me.
Such a nice lady. I can't imagine that for the life of me. And besides, she probably lives there. Of course she can go by.
I really have to head off now.
I'll keep an eye on you.
Oh, mon Dieu. How can you bang on my shop at such an ungodly hour?
Ungodly hour?
Of course. Who walks among the living in the light of day?
Mummies?
No, nobody. Luxor is not a city of the day. It only really comes to life at night.
Why isn't there anyone on the streets in Luxor during the day?
How can you ask this? Luxor only lives at night. It is pandemonium then. People come from all over the place and spend their money in Luxor. At my place, for example.
But aren't you worried that Luxor might lose its identity?
Don't you worry. The great Luxor will never fall prey to any ridiculous tourists. Not now, and not in 1,000 years.
What kind of accent is that? It's very strange.
Strange? I spent 5 years at the École des Accents de la Haute Cuisine in order to perfect my speaking like this. Every chef worth his salt in Luxor talks like moi. And our trade union is going to push this in all of the world. Trust me.
Well, Olga, our cook in Cairo, actually, she speaks pretty normally.
Ah, only the lower-class barbaric cooks live in Cairo.
I've been robbed.
What a pity for you. They robbed me recently, too. My pair of bellows disappeared, but it was old and filthy anyway. I hope the thief blew all the soot into his face.
I must find a portal?
Oh, you lost it.
Not exactly.
When in doubt, you will find everything you have lost in the dirty neighborhood to my left, because one of its inhabitants nicked it. Maybe that will be the case for this portemonnaie of yours as well.
It's called a portal.
Whatever.
Those thingies you were baking smell delicious.
I call them biscuits, but they pale in comparison to my other specialities.
Oh, that sounds interesting. Could I see that?
I have so many of these cutters that you can have one. Be my guest.
But it's my beloved companion.
I have regulations I must abide by.
Hello? Problems?
You could say that. This gorilla refuses to climb up my tree.
That's not typical of gorillas.
Mrs. Chippy has been sitting up there since this morning.
Mrs. Chippy?
My cat. She's a crossbreed of an Egyptian pharaoh cat and a Royal Bengal tiger.
Sounds precious.
Whatever. Mrs. Chippy climbed up the tree in front of my house this morning. And she's been sitting there mewing miserably ever since. She's scared of heights, you see. I was always able to lure her down again with one of those wind-up toy mice. They worked very well. But this time it didn't work. And then I lost the mouse, too.
You're lucky. I'm an old hand at rescuing cats.
You are? No offense meant, but you don't exactly look the part of the storybook hero who rescues cats from trees. Or people from burning buildings. Or the world from God's Gone Mad.
Hey, little lady, don't you...
Ah, forget about it.
I'd need to see tangible proof that you're a professional cat rescuer. Your regulations don't allow you to save a sweet little furball from a tree?
No entry in pajamas? Just great.
But it'll be done in a jiffy.
You're not allowed in
Surely
with that
a strong
outfit.
man like you can climb up and down that tree in no time at all.
A true fireman's equipment. Oh, for God's sakes! The Pharaoh's daughter has published a photo love story with me as the leading man. Oh, for God's sakes! The Pharaoh's daughter has published a photo love story with me as the leading man. I've opened the lunchbox. There's a crocodile farm hidden behind that wall. That's just typical of cats. They'll scramble up anything and then get too scared to climb down. Firmly locked.
Speed camel shipping. If safe and fast are what you need, then lightning fast can do the deed. What can we ship for you?
Oh, please. No slogans. They make me sick.
Well, I wouldn't mind giving it a rest either, but the marketing contract is very clear about it.
Oh, that face looks familiar. Just not so, sober.
Oh dear, you're not from the Cairo Municipal Authorities, are you?
Yes. In fact, I am. Asil, Office for Public Order.
Listen, this is all a huge misunderstanding. All right, so I did sleep it off once in the Pharaoh's Palace Gardens. And it might have been me under the table at the Wild Mummy now and again. But basically, I'm just a well-behaved Luxor businessman who enjoys observing his civic duties. My wife must never get wind of my little escapades.
Red Sea Aquarium, you old boozer! So there's actually a sober version of you too?
Of course, I'm an upright fellow through and through, at least here at home. Which, incidentally, is exactly my problem. Don't you have any deliveries I can take care of for you? Far away, at best. To Cairo, or to the Pharaoh, perhaps.
So, you want me to get you a delivery?
Oh, yes. Please, please. My wife is driving me nuts.
Can you tell me how to get into the poor district?
Oh, no sweat. I can organize all that for you. You'll be there in no time at all. Hey, remember, I'm the one who knows everything and everybody here. All you have to do is organize some way for me to skive off.
I've always wanted to know something. How did you ever get that odd name of yours?
Actually, it's a bit embarrassing for me too. After all, what kind of man is named after his mother? But when my father suggested giving me his name, Dead Sea Aquarium, he knew his chances with Red Sea Aquarium weren't good.
Your mother?
Exactly. Now do you understand why I don't want to talk about it?
I certainly do.
Anything else you want to know?
Well, yes. What was your grandfather's name?
Black Sea Aquarium. Are you happy now?
And your great-grandfather?
He answered to a less imposing name. Sargasso Sea Aquarium. Now that I've told you all this, will you finally leave me in peace?
Hang on a sec. Do you have any brothers and sisters?
A twin brother called White Sea Aquarium.
Really? There is a White Sea?
Yes, it's a sidearm of the Arctic Ocean. We had to learn all this by heart. Satisfied?
A man like you surely has children.
Two little rascals named Bering Sea Aquarium and Caspian Sea Aquarium, after our Nordic forefathers. Are you finally done with humiliating me?
Definitely.
Thanks.
Who's that you're talking to?
An important business partner.
Your three boozing bosom buddies are no business partners.
No, it's the, Pharaoh's personal buyer.
What?
What? Pharaoh? I don't believe a word you say.
But yes, I'm supposed to deliver otter noses to Cairo. Yes, exactly. Otter noses.
Where is the merchandise?
The young buyer is going to bring them any minute now.
Well, I can't wait to see them. And tell Russell Barr he should wipe his feet first the next time he comes here.
Of course, darling.
And tell Russell T to keep his trap shut.
As always, darling.
Ah, The Camel's Friend. Pointers for Professionals. Issue 1. Hey, I've detached the left-hand half of the whistle. Ah, this shipping company uses the new quarter-ton freight camels. Ah, The Camel's Friend. Pointers for Professionals. Issue 2. Hey, I've detached the right-hand half of the whistle. Only the ball is missing now. A shame it'll only come with issue number 3 next month. A tasty cherry with a very hard cherry pit. Ha! As expected, it starts drinking.
Oh, the pest. I presume you are not intending to buy anything this time either, are you?
You know, that box of otter noses back there.
Indeed, a delicacy whose recipe I guard to the death. The only thing more important to me are my baby crocs in pastry. The absolute it!
Ew! Baby crocs in pastry? That's somehow...
My best product. Except that they are already out of stock again. Oh, I hope I will get new ones in time for this evening.
Are you saying that somebody should get you new baby crocodiles?
Oh, that would be wonderful!
I've made a portrait. This should work.
And I already know how I could reward you.
Duty is duty, and...
Here, look at that.
What? You're a fireman? No kidding. It's you! Why didn't you say so straight away? Here is the garden key to my property. Mrs. Chippy is sitting on the tree next to the merry-go-round. I'm sure you'll take care of it in no time. Meanwhile, I'm going to give this lout a piece of my mind.
Let's see how the wealthy and beautiful live. I've got the ball. A chariot merry-go-round. The children go crazy about it. The tip that was fastened here is broken off. The chariot bows have already chipped off a bit. A case. What kind of lunatic planted it that close to the merry-go-round? Bullseye! Fits. Risky, risky. I ought to go check and see. These things are called nets. You can scoop leaves out of pools with them. Won't take a minute. It's so cute. If only it didn't snap at everything that crosses its snout. The threads of the net are far too thin. The crocodile would chomp right through them, and then I'd be rid of a handy item. Here you go, your cat.
Oh, thank you so much. Here's some small change for you. But don't gamble it all away at once.
A single gambling chip. How incredibly generous.
Isn't that peachy? We race around Luxor all day long just to have our noble Mr. Catsaver bring the beloved pet back to the lovely dancer in distress. And in the end, the reward is a warm thanks and one whole gambling chip. So, when is this gentleman thinking of finding the portal of the gods?
You can't do anything but grump, can you? How about some constructive criticism for a change?
Constructive criticism? Ha! You'd better hurry or I'll tell your charming girlfriend that you spent the whole day gallivanting around Luxor on behalf of a scantily clad dancer.
I got the point. Super sticky camel treats. If you don't have strong teeth, don't even try. That's better. The crocodile has gotten its teeth into the chewing gum. Now I can take it along.
Mon Dieu! What is that? A little crocodile?
But you said I was to bring you baby crocs.
But I did not mean for you to catch real little crocs. The poor thing.
But your baby crocs in pastry.
Those are little cucumbers in a roll, not these cute little croc babies. What is your problem? You are disgusting.
Oh, just great. All I wanted was some of your otter noses anyway.
Here, take the otter noses. I shall set the croc free out in Mother Nature, where it belongs.
Well, with some people you just can't ever get it right. Here are the otter noses you wanted.
Oh, lovely. Thank you. Let's meet on the boulevard tonight. Then I'll help you get into the Boar District.
Fine. See you tonight then.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yes.
And back in 54, Ra was so desperate because he didn't get a tan in Giza that he smeared his face with shoe polish.
Hey, it could happen to anybody.
But nobody back then was as hot about getting a sun-brown tan as you were. Behold, I am Ra, the sexy sun god.
But the girls really dug it back then.
Oh, yes, back then. How I miss the good old times.
We've put on quite a few years.
If you ask me, I think Isis still looks as youthful as she did 1,000 years ago.
Anubis? When did you turn into a charmer? You used to lock yourself up alone in your room and listen to that dreadful Nubian drum music.
Don't tell me you even drink wine these days.
Oh, come on. Things haven't gotten that far. As the inventor of beer, I've got to stay faithful to my favorite beverage.
If you ask me, somehow you're sort of stuck in the past.
Ah, look who's coming through the door.
Seth, that whippersnapper. I heard he wants to win this time, whatever it takes.
I'm surprised he even dares turn up here after that dubious incident last millennium.
Oh, yes, that really rattled my poor Osiris.
I shall win the battle of the gods and rule over the Egyptians! Ha!
Don't bite off more than you can chew. And when it came to grand words, you were never slow getting a mouthful.
But you certainly did find yourself a great suit of armor.
And it's so true. Batik really has gone out of style.
You'll see, all of you. No one can stop mighty Seth. No one!
What's going on here all of a sudden? Ah, there he is. Just great. He was supposed to help me get into the poor district. But apparently he didn't lose a moment to go back to his favorite pastime. Well, he didn't get very far.
Well, well, Mr. Accomplice.
I've spotted a suspect.
Describe the person. Then I'll subject whoever it is to rigorous questioning.
White cap, reddish-brown hair.
Uh-huh. Special features?
A well-groomed mustache.
Go on.
A red nose.
The deuce? Let's take a look. Aha! He's sitting right back there. Well then, I'm just going to have to ask a few uncomfortable questions.
Helps in case of emergency. All the events announced on these posters have long since taken place. All the events announced on these posters have long since taken place. Oh, the thief! I've untied the ladder. Ah. Oh. Gotcha!
You saved my life. I owe you for that.
Oh, a gentleman like me wouldn't think twice about something like that.
Really? Man, you're naive. Sweet. I mean, you are so sweet. But you did save me, so I'd like to return the favor. Here, take this.
What is it?
That's today's loot.
Are you trying to pass off stolen goods on me?
Look at it like this. You're not buying anything off me, you're just accepting a present. So you haven't committed any crime.
Somehow that doesn't make any sense, but I'll take it anyway.
So, everything's fine and dandy again. Are you happy now?
Yes, very happy. Thanks.
You don't want anything else from me.
No, nothing.
You're letting me go just like that?
Definitely.
Don't be silly, Asil. The lady wants to do us a good turn.
Does that mean you're going to forgo the chance to keep the upper hand out of the goodness of your heart?
Yes, well, that's good old Asil to a T.
You're so sweet. I simply must do you another favor. Then how about this? I could, provide you with a few more objects if you like. No matter what it is, I can get it for you. I'm the best there is.
That's a great offer. And how's it supposed to work?
Just make me the drawing of the object you want me to get for you.
Lucky thing my father sent me to technical drawing school for 2 years. He wanted me to become an architect just like him. See you around.
Make sure you draw nice and tidy so I can recognize something.
Nobody in their right mind wants that stuff.
Don't touch the Nile Crocodile's banner. I'm a fan.
First to 10th place, Nile Crocodiles. Somebody's a big fan here. This information might be useful. It says, unique worldwide. Must sound rather muffled. Those are definitely not my colors. Hello.
Welcome to my shop. You can find anything here, anything. And I buy anything too, anything. Even that ugly cross you probably won at the youth games.
Hey, who are you calling ugly, you dottery junk dealer?
And it can talk too. An ugly talking cross, 5 dinars.
Let's just say 1 dinar. I'd be glad to be rid of the thing.
Hey, are you crazy or what? If anybody's selling anyone here, then it's me who's selling you. Hey, junk dealer, what will you give me for the sorry creature I brought in here on a chain?
At the slave market, I could make a pretty...
All right, all right. I just want to take a look around. Do you also sell clothes?
But of course, the latest items from Cairo. They come at a price, though.
But I don't have any money.
Then I guess we won't be doing business.
Either I'm paranoid or this guy's actually following me.
A seal? Oh man, we haven't seen one another for ages.
Ages? It's only been 2 months. I got you a cocktail at that bar in Cairo.
2 months? It seems to me as if it's been a whole year again.
And how have you been?
Ooh, apart from getting tossed out of Embarma's school, I'm pretty much spot on with the personal plan for my life.
Spot on? You're living in a... Can you even call that living?
Okay, I admit I'm still lagging a bit behind with my personal plan for life, but it's a very ambitious one, so there's nothing to be ashamed of. It may not look like it, but I'm planning great things. A master plan, so to speak.
That's a brilliant plan you've got there. Steal a newspaper to seal your tent.
Bigger! I want to become president of Luxor.
President? But Luxor already belongs to the pharaoh.
So what?
So, the pharaoh becomes pharaoh at birth, doesn't he?
True, but we're the people, and there's a lot more of us than there are of him.
And they're a lot poorer, too.
But what would the pharaoh be without our crops, I ask you?
An angry pharaoh.
It's all quite simple. I have the Agenda 210 BC in my pocket. It's a precise roadmap to my success. Nothing can possibly go wrong.
President? You want to become the world's most hated man?
Bah! Everyone's gonna take the president into their hearts and welcome him with flowers.
And how do you intend to go about it?
It's all a matter of image. I'll say things like, I'm going to lower taxes. I'm gonna clean up the Senate at last. And I'm gonna turn Luxor into the world's beacon of hope again. They are going to love me.
President, you don't even have a house.
From dishwasher to president. The great Luxorian dream. Anybody can become anything here.
You're nuts. And I'm not going to talk about this with you any further.
I'll keep you posted about my political career.
I'll bet. I also have a brilliant plan. It's called Save Egypt.
How nice. It can't do any harm. Maybe I can help you somehow.
I'm looking for a portal of the gods.
Portal of the gods? I don't know much about those things. But I can tell you one thing. If there's any place where homage is really paid to the gods, then it's the Lots of Luck Casino.
The Lots of Luck Casino?
The large temple over there. You can't miss it, especially not at night.
And you think that's where I'll find the portal?
I've no idea, but before I lost my job as an embalmer, I heard plenty of rumors about the gods appearing right out of the very earth.
The very earth?
The earth under the temple.
Under the temple? Hasil, we've got to go there.
Did you say something?
No.
Whatever. The Lots of Luck Casino always opens at midnight. Although I have a feeling they're not gonna let you in. Not in an outfit like that.
It's past midnight. Tara must be waiting for me. I've got to pick up Tara now. See you later.
Such a likable young fellow. Great expectations. How I understand him. He and I are cast of the same brass.
What? You and Badawi?
Unfortunately, he isn't ruthless enough to become president.
Stop babbling. We're on a mission.
Professionals can babble and fulfill their mission. I'm sorry to say I've been forced to make do with amateurs ever since I came into existence.
Just think how many bottles I could open with you before you crack in two.
Let's see, that could well be... Hasil. Don't even think about it.
Good to see you again.
You could say the joy is completely mine, but don't.
Weren't you going to melt that little pest down?
First thing tomorrow morning. The smithy's closed at night.
You two are a laugh a minute.
What do we need to do next?
We ought to make use of this romantic night to, you know what.
You know the answer, not as long as you've got that thing around your neck.
Rats.
But I'll gladly help you locate the portal. All right, then let's try to get into the Lots of Luck Casino.
Stop! No admittance in pajamas!
Oh, rats. Now what?
Asil, you have to get us some new clothes. In the meantime, I'll go look for our 3 revolutionaries. I guess they fell by the wayside somewhere.
But she's the fashionista, not me. The hole is mended. What have we here? Now that it's inflated, it looks as good as new. It even has the autograph of Moses on it.
Well, I never. That's the original ball from the big finals 2 months ago.
It's even been autographed by Moses, the man who scored the winning goal.
You're telling me I'm his biggest fan? You can take your pick. What would you like?
My girlfriend and I need new clothes.
Look around. Take your pick. I've got the best garments Luxor has to offer, and as good as new.
Come on, Tara. We've finally got new clothes.
Don't be shy. Go on up, young lady. My extensive selection awaits you.
I'll be back in a jiffy.
Well, we both know how long women always take for things like this.
Right, Asil, it's your turn, but make it snappy.
Wow, that was fast. Now that won't do at all. This makes me look like a jellyfish.
Which would pose a vast improvement over your current appearance.
Hurry up, Asil.
Well, I don't know.
I give up. I'll just lie down for a nap.
Ha! I've found something.
And that took you so long?
Next stop, the Lots of Luck Casino. Jeez, what's going on here all of a sudden?
Some lunatic has turned the burial chamber into a garishly lit, ugly, noisy something or other.
Not bad. Let's gamble a bit. It's high time we got lucky, too.
No way, Asil. We've got to get rid of this stupid thing.
If anyone's stupid around here, then it's Miss Ponytail.
Pipe down. We'd be better off searching for that portal.
Welcome to the Luxor Lots of Luck Casino.
Casino? I thought this was a temple.
This is a temple.
But people are gambling for money.
No, they're not gambling. They're making sacrificial offerings.
Sure, of course. If someone loses, it's a painful sacrifice, but...
No. All of the money gambled away automatically flows into our chamber of sacrificial offerings and is proffered to the gods. Legend has it that the gods then step through a sacred portal and partake of the offerings.
So that's what you call it.
It does give a better impression on business cards.
It's a good thing Shmuel, Shalom, and Ephraim aren't here to see this.
They'd probably take this whole place apart.
Where is this chamber of sacrificial offerings?
The sacred chamber of sacrificial offerings is, of course, off limits. Only the gods themselves may enter.
Only the gods? Why, that's great! We have one right here.
I beg your pardon?
Come on, Ankh. Speak! Go on! Say something! Anywhere else you wouldn't keep your trap shut for a minute.
Very funny.
Fabulous. When the chips are down and it's up to you...
As I said, the chamber of sacrificial offerings may only be entered by the gods, or by lavishly decorated offerings.
Then that's that.
What do you mean?
Well, what did the good woman let slip, for example?
I'm not so sure. The whole time I had to, this dancer...
Asil.
But I think she said something about only glamorous offerings getting through the door.
Exactly, which means that the Ankh and you need to disguise yourselves as a sacrificial offering.
Huh. How's that supposed to work? I'm not a mummy, and I don't have an expensive sarcophagus either.
Not yet.
I see.
What a harebrained plan!
Not one peep from you. When the chips were down and I needed you, you decided that silence is golden.
You don't understand. I know that woman.
So much the better. Talk to her. Then she might let us in without any tricks.
No, it was that... Well, I let her down.
Gee, why doesn't that surprise me in the least?
I told her I wanted to bring her out in style back then, but...
But all you did was to take advantage of her.
Hey, Asil, how is it she's able to read minds all of a sudden? She's giving me the creeps.
Oh, great. Just because you blew it with that priestess way back when, now we've got to... What was it we had to do again?
Sacrificial offerings. We need to spiff the two of you up. And speaking of mummies, what was it again I was thinking of?
Ah! Get out, you lecher!
The mouse is ready. That seems to be taking a while. No money, no fizzy stick. It's as simple as that. There it is again. That seems to be taking a while. She's dancing right now. That job must require years of training. It seems to watch over what goes on below.
Occupied!
Excuse me?
Beat it!
What's taking you so long?
I'm reading a gripping book at the moment, and I'm not coming out before I finished it, so go away.
What's the title of the book?
Ali Baba and the 40 Virgins. Now leave me in peace.
Is that a novel or more of an illustrated book?
Ooh, get lost, you hear me?
Hey, I know you.
Really? I can't remember for the life of me.
Sure you do. You're that agent from the Wild Mummy back in Cairo. You said you were on the lookout for up-and-coming talent for the casino in Luxor.
I did?
You handed me an invitation with an official stamp.
Oh, the stamp that smelled of date juice.
I traveled all the way here to Luxor. I sold my house, the wife, and my camels. And do you know what? They wouldn't let me into the casino.
Well, I'll have a talk to the boys about that.
Tell them all the stuff they're going to miss if they don't hire me.
That's one way to keep the discussion short.
What?
Oh, nothing. Have you got a few jokes you could tell?
Jokes? Have you lost your marbles? I'm drowning in self-pity.
Well, you're gonna have to give it everything you've got, you know.
Huh? What do you mean by give my career everything I've got? At the very least, I'll be allowed to read a good book now and then, won't I?
Real comedians don't read, they speak.
If you say so. It was nice running into you again. You're always able to really help me. Please take this book and stuff it in the bin.
Can we finally leave that loser to his own devices?
Hang on there. The situation he's in is partly my fault.
Partly? I was there, remember? I'd say you landed him in...
All right already. That's why I want to help him.
Who are you talking to? Your hand?
I'm talking to myself.
He's inept, he's ugly, so it's no wonder that you like him.
Ankh, shut your trap.
Who's Ankh?
Oh, nobody?
What a moron.
I believe he's not beyond hope yet.
Now that is a piece de ventriloquist. Applause for the ugly little man.
Why, thank you. Nobody has ever laughed or given me a hand. The disgrace could not be greater.
Here, take my camel. At least you can ride back to Cairo with it.
I don't believe it. You really helped me. Unless it's another trick.
Good luck. You'll manage.
Now I don't need the book that helped me while away my boredom anymore. Here you go. It's yours. Ali Baba and the 40 Virgins. A rather woolly yarn, if you ask me. And the ending is funny. But read it for yourself.
Where have they gone all of a sudden? Now that's a gripping tale. Now, I'll take that to Badawi.
Fancy that.
Beat it!
I don't want to be a bother, but I have to get by.
No funny business, my son.
Tremble before the great Asil, who is soon to stride through these doors.
In my fabulous suit of armour, made of a material only recently developed by high-tech research, the only ones I need to tremble before would be the gods themselves. Then start trembling. What?
Shut up.
What?
No offense meant. I'm as good as gone.
But we'll be back, you plated twerp.
Maybe later. It's me again.
Beat it!
Ali Baba dies of a poisoned date.
Oh! I hate you!
How could you do that?
It was, in self-defense.
That's it. You've ruined the suspense. Thank you very much indeed. Wretched spoil sport. Keep the darn book.
Guess he wasn't one of those who read the last page first. There it is again. That seems to be taking a while. Perfect. You could hang it up in an art gallery.
Give me a few minutes.
You're never gonna make it. There are guards all over the place.
We'll see. Right. Here is the coveted object.
Wow. How did you get it done so quickly?
Actually, the hard part was trying to make sense of your drawing.
Now the bandage seems long enough.
We should spruce up the sarcophagus first, before you lie down inside it. Hey, there you are again. Good. What do we have so far?
I got hold of a sarcophagus.
Well, you really can't say it has that valuable look to it yet. I'd say that certain something is missing. Pomp, flaunted, high society. You know what I mean.
That really does do a lot for the sarcophagus.
Hold still. I'll just go and get a safety pin.
I can't see a thing. Oh, I'm losing my balance.
The first rule of any junk shop is you don't talk about the junk shop.
Wait, I've got something for you. Take it.
The best thing to do would be to sit down somewhere. I don't want anything else to happen.
Hey, Asil, what are you doing here? Come on, the street's no place for us.
Now, into the sarcophagus you go. I'm winning! I'm winning!
And the 13 wins.
Again!
It's about time you lost, Badawi.
All right, I'll give it a try.
What a shame. You have just gambled away a night with a dancer.
Damn it!
Ah!
Another drink?
This barkeeper's so slow that sometimes I think he died a while back.
Do you remember that time in the Junior Gods Camp? The first time we...
Stop it! No stories about me from that camp. They could become embarrassing. Quickly!
Not as embarrassing as the thing with the Aztec football team.
Raw!
Hey, look! It's Osiris!
Registration form? Oh no, it's at the bottom of one of the suitcases.
Oh, my dear Osiris. Still the lovable twit.
What? Osiris? How can this be? You are undead and only allowed to linger in the underworld!
Get off! I got my heart back. I'm one of you again. And I'll tell you this, Seth. I still don't believe that the episode back then was an accident.
What? The investigation is closed. It was an accident.
Hey, folks, calm down.
I know full well that you deliberately cut me up on stage back then.
I did not. I was handed the wrong sword. The culprit was found and bound into an Ankh.
Why don't you go get yourselves something to drink first, you old squabblers?
Exactly. You can have it out with one another during the contest. That's what it's for.
Speaking of which, the registration deadline is as good as passed. I wonder whether anybody else is going to climb into the ring.
I can't decipher this for the life of me. Who'd want to live in a golden cage? Fascinating. The trophy from the legendary final match for the Nile Crocodiles. It's already passed through the hands of Moses, Pharaoh Dinars, the Arabian ambassadors, and mine.
Welcome to the Divine Portal. Please state your name.
Go on. What's your real name?
Horus. Yes, that was the name.
Please state your secret word.
Oh no! I forgot my secret word.
Let me guess. Nuisance?
That was the first incorrect response.
Shut up, Hasil!
That was the second incorrect response.
I've got it. It must have been, I'm the greatest.
That was the third incorrect response.
Oh, well done, Asil.
If you have forgotten your secret word, you can have it sent to you promptly by answering the authentication question.
Fine, yes, we'll do that.
Your authentication question is, what is my favorite food?
Phew! How am I supposed to know what my favorite was 1,000 years ago? But this place here is a temple for us gods. Isn't it possible that important information like that was recorded somewhere?
Now I can understand this gobbledygook. Oh, I see. Very interesting.
Your authentication question is, what is my favorite food?
Flambéed strawberries.
Thank you. Your secret word will be sent to you shortly.
Where is that secret word? Ow!
Ha! Now it's come back to me.
That's fantastic. Couldn't it have come back to you a bit earlier?
Better late than never.
Welcome to the... Please state your name.
Horace.
Please state your secret word.
We still don't know. The password is nail varnish remover. What's that supposed to be?
Welcome. Please state... Please state your secret word.
All right, let's try. Nail varnish remover.
Thank you. The portal is now ready for your use.
Hey, wait a minute.
What is it now?
Isn't that the cup from the last football finals back there?
What if it is?
Take it with you.
Since when have you become a football fan?
Moses is the best forward there ever was. Grab that cup.
All right, all right. Wonder where that's gonna take me. Locked.
Welcome to the Sacred Hotel. I hope you will have a pleasant stay at our humble establishment. How can I help you?
Aren't you the mummy I came across underneath the Sphinx?
Yes, that's right. You tricked me and used my portal to the underworld.
Well, I was in a very bad hurry, you see.
And then you annoyed Osiris, who once again couldn't be bothered to admit me to the underworld at last.
Oh, I annoyed him more than once. But we're nearly friends now.
And when he finally consented to deal with that minute administrative oversight, well, that's when the Battle of the Gods began. And the esteemed ladies and gentlemen insisted on finding the same receptionist here they had 1,000 years ago. So, the hotel management spared neither expense nor effort to locate me. Although they had a nasty shock when they saw that I hadn't held up as well as the gods. Which means that I have once again fallen victim to yet another planning error, if you will.
Where do I sign up for the Battle of the Gods?
The door over there leads to the Egyptian section of the hotel. You'll find the referee there. He will accept your registration. Have a nice day.
Good day to you, sir. How can I help you?
I'd like to go through here.
As an Egyptian, you are of course free to enter the room.
You got lucky, Door.
Have a nice day. Do come in. We hope you're going to have a pleasant stay.
No. Look! Now who could that be? Could it really and truly be...
Hey, folks! I'm back!
But that's...
Ankh, old man. How's life been treating you? Now, you're not telling us you've been stuck in that thing ever since the graduation party 1,000 years ago.
I sure am. And let me tell you, it's a pain in the missing behind. But that's why I'm going to win the Battle of the Gods and be free again.
Well, hello, everybody. Nice to meet you, too.
Ooh! Ankh, your bearer can speak!
Yes. Why didn't you have his tongue cut off?
Cut off his tongue? You must be joking.
You call that joking?
Indeed I do. How are you supposed to have somebody's tongue cut off when you've been banned to live in a stupid Ankh? I've been forced to listen to this pointless babbling for months now.
When have I ever said anything pointless?
Well, first of all, at the forbidden party in your father's pyramid, you told your friends they wouldn't have to worry about a thing. No sooner said, and you were struck with a deadly curse.
You picked up on that back then?
Of course, through the sarcophagus door. And then, when you stood before Osiris in the underworld, you misunderstood the situation completely and wanted to hand me over to Osiris.
But nobody was able to make head or tails of anything.
Later on, you were lying in the gutter, dead drunk, and when two rogues stole me, all you could blather was, "Go on, take it, the ugly bottle opener." Now, if that wasn't a pointless statement.
Did I really say that? I can't remember.
Does that surprise you, seeing the state you were in? And then, to top it off, you wanted to have an audience with a pharaoh and never realized that you were facing Undead Dinar. And you let Undead Dinar give you the boot instead of raising the alarm.
Wait a sec. You weren't around my neck at the time. How come you know all this?
I heard about it. Sort of went around.
Fair enough. So, yes, there were a few pointless comments.
See? And you've called me a bottle opener at least 1,000 times.
And one day I will actually open a bottle with you.
Don't you dare!
The two of you must have had lots of fun with each other.
Make yourselves comfy before the qualifying round starts.
Sad to say, you're a bit late. You've missed the welcoming festivities.
From Southern Africa.
Don't get too close to me, Horus. You handed Seth the saw back then, the one he sawed me to pieces with.
He's never gonna believe that I had nothing to do with it.
Wasn't it Northern Africa?
Hello?
Hello. Are you the referee?
Why do you ask? Can't you tell?
Yes, of course. How does this Battle of the Gods work?
It's quite simple. First, there's the qualifying round. Anybody who is unable to solve the task they have been given simply doesn't get admitted to the actual battle. That's it. Are you ready for the qualifying round?
We are ready.
Good. Your task is to find a route through the labyrinth of 1,000 paths. You will reach a secret room. You must bring me an exquisite wine from that room in this decanter. The wine comes from the famous Al-Lambrusco region of Nubia. If you bring me precisely that wine, then you've passed the qualifying round. Off you go!
What on earth is that? Hatch open. Beached the gears, you might say.
An unannounced visitor, and we haven't put the kettle on. You could at least have written to us beforehand, you know.
Who are you?
We are a god.
God of what?
Granted, I'm afraid I've forgotten.
How can you forget what you're god of?
Well, take a good look around you, boyo. In this place, you tend to forget where your head is. How are you supposed to remember what it's good for?
Are you the god of sponges?
Oh, now that would be news.
Are you the god of jelly beans?
You wish.
Are you the god of the godless?
I don't think so.
Are you the god of those sleep crumbs people have in their eyes in the morning?
We have nothing to do with them.
I don't care what you're god of. I'm on a mission for a god.
Which one?
On my behalf. He's my puppet.
Hey, I've got you in my hand.
My spirit is older and stronger than yours.
But still, you can't do anything except hang around my neck.
Could you two belt up for a minute? We can barely hear ourselves think.
We?
Yes, we.
I only count one. You.
He's ignoring you. What? Oh, well, Robert forgives you.
Robert?
Robert is my best friend. Come to think of it, my only friend. Without his company, I'd have gone bonkers in this loneliness. What? I was just going to say that. Robert says that he has the greatest power of absorption in the universe.
Just like your brain. Extremely absorbent. Boy, do I look great again today. An unusually light piece of stone. An unusually light piece of stone. It's way too sharp to be picked out without protecting my fingers somehow.
Our mirror is broken. Why did you do that?
Hey, you've always got to look at the bright side, right?
And just what would that be? That this is going to brighten up some mirror vendor's day? Hang on. What? Oh. Robert is pleased that we won't have to clean the mirror anymore.
Then you won't need the chamois leather anymore either, will you?
Robert doesn't want it anymore. Here you go.
I can't cut myself on it anymore. The guy lines are severed. The hinges are rusty.
Huh! You'd be better off giving up right away, you worm!
Ah, finally, somebody I can ask for directions.
Ask for directions? The nerve! I'm gonna... Although... It's as simple as pie, yes. Always keep to the left inner circle, and then stop where you are. Stand still for a very long time. If you get that far, then you've won.
Asil? You're not falling for this for a second, are you?
How stupid do you think I am?
Want an honest answer?
No.
Pity.
Who are you, and what are you doing here?
I am the mighty Seth, and you don't stand a chance.
Excuse me. I better be going.
We shall meet again when I rule the world.
We shall meet again when you kiss my feet, you old bag of wind.
You don't have any feet.
But you'll make sure that changes pretty soon. Let's get going.
Yummy, juicy olives. The olives are fine there. I could suck up the oil with something absorbent.
Is this gravity thing starting all over again now? Is this gravity thing starting all over again now? Oh, is this gravity thing starting all over again now? Uh-oh, I think I'm going to be sick. It's better now. Ew, what a mess! We need to clean this up right away. Robert? Robert, where are you? Robert! Robert! He would never abandon me. Robert! Oh, Robert. Why, oh, why have you left me?
It's drenched with olive oil. The hinges are greased.
That was almost too easy. Nobody's going to pass the qualifying round after me.
Oh, my Robert. He's really gone and left me. Although, maybe it's a good thing he's gone after all. If you ask me, I'd say he was coming apart at the seams.
Whatever runs down that is almost certainly gone for good. It's labeled Nubian LM Brusco, Southern Slope, vintage of 36. It's labeled Mongolian Plum Wine, dry. Mead, not that stuff again. It's labeled Macedonian Plunk, ready to drink next year. This wine barrel is empty. This wine barrel is empty. What? This is the wine cellar exit? And I had to fight my way through that stupid maze.
You must have misunderstood me. The wine you're supposed to get is called El Ambrusco, not this plonk. Although, it's better than no wine at all. Somehow, it tastes better already, but it's still not the right one. Although, I could get a taste for it. Ooh, that's a really, really good one. Seems as you've made it. Wouldn't have thought it.
That fellow is slowly becoming a threat to me. I should do something about that.
So, this is the portal you stepped through. Oh!
You'll never be back in time! Especially after I've emptied his traveler's sand.
Oh, where the blazes have I landed? To the Sacred Hotel, please.
I'm afraid you do not have enough traveler's sand for this destination.
That must be Seth's doing. Looks as though he's been quite thorough. He's erased my balance. We must find some way to get back to the hotel on the double.
We can't use the portal without traveler's sand.
We must find some way to get back to the hotel on the double.
What? A woman in my temple?
Fiddle faddle! I'm not a woman. I'm a man from Egypt.
Then why are you wearing a skirt? Get out! You! Get lost!
Now you listen, friend.
I won't listen to you until you've proven to me that you are a real man, with all the trappings.
Right. This guy wants me to prove I'm manly. How do I go about that?
Just take him as a role model. You ought to get yourself a full-fledged beard, a helmet, and a weapon. What are you waiting for?
I've struck the flag. I've taken Eric the Red's flag. I'll start practicing how to act like a real man straight away.
We're rough and ready guys, us Vikings, aren't we?
I must say, some of them really do get on my nerves. Especially the seafaring Vikings who work on certain decks. When you've got to deal with them, nerve-wracking is a mild way to put it. And they wouldn't even know a horse if they saw one. Out at sea, sometimes one hand doesn't know what the other is doing.
Maybe it's just the galley slaves' fault because they never learned row, row, row your boat properly.
Listen here, as the old Viking saying goes, the oarsman is only as bad as the man who beats the drum.
But as my father always says, you can design the best pyramid there is, and then some slave drops a block on your foot.
What are you trying to say?
I'm not so sure myself. Whose village is this? Spit it out.
This is Smurdorp, the village of Eric the Red, a wild fellow who loves to pillage and burn. Eric and the men are out on a raid right now. Each time they bring back special things from faraway places. Eric brought back these seeds from a land far off to the east, just for me. The natives there call it lice.
Could I have a little lice?
Sorry, I only give presents to people who understand my feelings.
Hey, wench, what's this with the flowers here?
I'm a gardener, and I have a real thing for plants. You wouldn't, of course. You're a man. You just trample all over them.
What? I'm a true plant lover.
Really?
Yes. I've got a cactus at home. I water it every year.
Maybe you're not like the other men.
I keep hearing that all the time.
That's wonderful.
What is? Perhaps I should take a different tack. This magnificent village was whose, did you say?
This is Smurdorp, the village, a wild fellow who loves Eric and the men are out. Each time they bring back Eric brought back the natives there.
Sounds odd.
I hadn't expected you to be able to appreciate its quality.
This thing about the other Vikings?
I must say, some of them really do get on my nerves. Especially the seafaring Vikings who, when you've got to deal with them, and they wouldn't even know a horse if they out at sea, sometimes.
Oh well, life is no pony ride on a carousel.
What are you trying to say?
I'm not so sure myself.
Come again?
What was that about those pretty plants?
I'm a gardener, and I have... It's nice that you...
I'll go stroke a few reindeer.
You really are a man with a heart.
So, it's time I approach this with more caution. Come again?
I'm a gardener. It's nice that you like...
This magnificent...
This is Smurdor, a wild Eric and the Each time Eric brought back these... The natives there...
Could I have a little lice?
All because I like you so much? Yes. And you get a stick to cultivate it, too.
Thanks a lot.
You're a man, aren't you? What are you still doing here?
What do you mean by that?
All the men are out on a raid. All the real men. But as for you...
Don't you start as well. I am a man. And I want to look like one, too. You could help me with that.
I doubt it. Not even spinach and knee bends could make a man out of you.
Spinach? Yuck!
Right, I'm convinced. You're a man. Strange.
Huh? I wasn't listening just now.
Yes, I've heard that before. Strange. Usually men don't talk to me twice.
Really? I find what you're doing there quite exciting.
You don't say. What's so exciting about doing pottery, then?
It reminds me of home. Everything's made of clay there, too.
So it's the clay you like?
Well, actually, I just said it to be friendly.
If you feel more at home with some clay in your pocket, go ahead. Help yourself.
Right. Clay. Why not? Thanks. A lovely, freshly aired pillow. I'm not gonna let this one...
What do you want, you wimp?
Nothing to do, milady?
Oh, yeah? I get the fire going every day at 1 p.m. for lunch.
So, what does the clock say?
What's all this about? It's not that late yet.
Hello?
Oh, it's you.
Where have all the men gone?
They're all on a raid. And once again, we're proving that everything runs better without those good-for-nothings around.
A little nap sounds wonderful. I could do with one, too.
I have an important task.
I better get going. The dial says that it's not 1 o'clock in the afternoon yet. This reindeer seems emotionally unstable to me. The smallest irritation and it could go bonkers. Warning: schizophrenic reindeer. Different color within the animal's field of vision may cause it to exhibit the different personalities. Abuse at your own risk. That beast would make short work of me.
Don't bother me, I'm busy.
You women folks seem to have a grip on everything.
It's all tightly organised. One of us throws the pots, one of us grows the vegetables, one keeps the fire. I prepare the fish. And well, normally, then it's the cook's turn to cook the meal.
Except that the cook has disappeared somewhere today. Maybe he fled.
Why should he flee?
Whenever we don't like what he cooks, we give him a good thrashing. And I've never found a dish I really liked.
And how do you folks get along here?
If you put the question so plainly, I can't stand Isolde. She keeps making eyes at my Hjöldalin. If I had my way, I'd twist her neck.
I'm the new cook.
You're brave, but fair enough. Go ahead, take the lunch along.
I won't bother you any longer.
Then let it be.
Chances are you won't find many animals on this planet that are uglier than that. Chances are you won't find many animals on this planet that are uglier than that. Empty. Those Vikings don't pass up any opportunity. They have somebody for every chore in this village, though apparently not for tidying up. That would make a great bedspread back at my house. Oh, wait a sec. Wasn't there something about my house? I hope it wasn't the last of its kind. Ah, that's what they had yesterday. A fish with a head shaped like a hammer. What's next? A fish with a nose like a saw? There used to be meat in there. How odd. These shelves have men's names on them. The women here must miss their husbands so much that they name their furniture after them. What a bizarre custom. Every one of them empty. Samson. This cabinet is called Gustav. Somebody christened this one Billy. The thick wool keeps it nice and warm. Don't step in it. That stuff sticks like crazy. I've torn open the pillow. An absolutely manly beard. The blue color seems to have calmed it down. That beast would make short work of me. That beast would make short work of me. This reindeer seems emotionally unstable to me. The smallest irritation and it could go bonkers. The dial says that it's not 1 o'clock in the afternoon yet. Oh no. Parrots, crocodiles, cats, and now reindeer. I just don't seem to have a way with animals. Now I can take it along safely. Hello.
Oh, it's you.
Sigurd says you're to keep your hands off Hildurlin.
Hildurlin has already fallen for me, lock, stock, and barrel. He even brought me a unicorn from his last raid.
How romantic.
Only the head, of course.
Ugh, how disgusting.
And you can tell Sigrid I said so.
Nothing to do, milady?
Oh, yeah? I get the fire going every day at 1 p.m. for lunch.
So, what does the clock say?
What? That late? Time for the fire.
You can't fetch water with it anymore. A lovely imprint.
No! Are you crazy? Moses himself carried that cup around the stadium.
You want to get out of here, right? Come to think of it, I could throw you into the cauldron instead.
Watch your step, Asil. When I've become the ruler of Egypt, you'll be sorry.
I really ought to keep the cup and melt you down. Doesn't seem too bad here after all, especially with you gone.
All right, all right. I promise that all the blessings on earth shall be bestowed upon you, after I've won the battle of the gods.
It would be enough for me if you and your fellow gods would just leave me in peace. An excellent combination. A fearsome weapon.
The cook.
Isolde sends you a message. She said to tell you that Hildurlin gave her a unicorn head.
She's gone too far. You're a cook, aren't you? Take that salt over there and ruin her lunch.
I won't bother you any longer.
Then let it be.
A bag of salt. How long would he survive in Cairo? The salt makes the snowman melt. I hope they don't have snow bunnies here. Now that's what I call a real Viking helmet.
Bless my hammer! You almost look like a true Viking!
What's so funny about that?
Priceless! You're a funny little fellow, Egyptian.
But I did everything right, didn't I? And I'm sure I look extremely manly.
I know you're a man. I just wanted to pull your leg. All the mates are out on a raid. The only things I see all day are women. So I wanted to turn you out as a right snappy drinking chum.
Just great. Once again, I'm a pawn in the hands of the gods.
Don't be silly. You've earned my sincere respect, little Egyptian. Let's down some of my best brew and talk about your adventures. Maybe I can help you a bit. Go on, have some.
Wow, that's potent stuff.
You said you'd come from the Sacred Hotel.
Did I say that? I must be a bit tipsy already.
You know, I used to work there too. I was a young god and had a job helping out with the props they used for the graduation party shows.
Props? Sacred Hotel. Something rings a bell. Or is it just my head ringing? That's more likely.
A friendly Egyptian god invited me to go drinking at the time. What was his name again? Fred Schmeth?
Seth. Seth must have bought those rounds.
Yes, that was him. Nice fellow. Got me quite drunk. That was fun. The only thing was, after knocking him back all night, I couldn't find the key to the prop room anymore.
Asil, stop guzzling and listen to the good man. He's telling us that Seth stole his key to the prop room back then.
What? I've never looked at it from that angle. Such a nice chap. Can't imagine it for the life of me. Anyway, that cost me my job. Well, it was only for the holidays. Oddly enough, the key turned up again. In my gear, a few days later. I never did get around to handing it back, though. Just wasn't in the neighborhood much anymore, you know?
Asil, Thor has the missing key to the prop room. The key that presumably might prove that Seth deliberately sawed Osiris to pieces. And that I was banished in spite of my innocence.
Sawed to pieces. That's pretty much how my head feels like right now, too. I really wouldn't mind getting some sleep.
Don't you dare.
You know what? I'll just give you the key. And you can take it back to square things up there.
Yes, give us the key.
Yes?
Yes!
Yes.
Let's drink to that. For Old Lang Syne. And I'll show you the way back to the hotel, too.
Oh no! I'm surrounded by water! That's awful! Oops! What came down there? Has a certain aerodynamic shape. The last one I saw lay on a silver platter in the Pharaoh's palace gardens. My esteemed Mr. Pirate, if you find this letter and are able to read this, then I'm a celebrity. Get me out of here. First palm tree on the right. You can't miss it. What the blazes?
You really tickle my funny bone, little man.
Oh my, what a crazy dream.
That potent drop was a bit too much for you, was it? I'll treat you to some traveler's sand so you can return to the hotel. Off you go. Wasn't there something else you had to do?
Hurry up, slow coach. The battle's going to start without us. Get a move on, wearer.
Well then, lady and gentlemen gods, we're all set. Your task. You've got to convince as many human beings as possible to believe in you. Whoever has the most believers by the end of the day shall become Egypt's next ruler. Special rules and the supplementary small print can be found in the sacred game rules. Now, as for our status to start with, Seth leads with 7,814 sworn believers. At the other end of this list, we have the Ankh with, one believer, namely Asil.
Jumpin' Jiminy! Only one? What a faithless lot! Asil, we have our work cut out for us.
What? That's the status we're starting out with, but that's totally unfair.
My victory is assured.
And the pitch for the match this millennium is Luxor!
Now who would have thought that?
May the battle begin!
Come on, Asil. We've got to get to Luxor. Hurry! Move! Move!
I ought to take a good look at the game rules.
Mighty gods, prepare for the battle. The end of the world is nigh. Days will be dark and the night will be shining as fire rains from the sky.
Luxor, please.
I'm afraid you do not have enough traveler's sand for this destination.
The Yonk's Traveler's Sand is gone. Seth must have put that hole into it. Written in the language of the gods. Can't read a thing. The lice keeps falling through the hole. I'd better pick it up again. I need a small object, about tooth-sized, to plug this hole.
What'll it be?
Is a mummy's life fun?
Well, actually, I wanted to finally enjoy my hard-earned retirement at last. But I guess I'll have to wait a bit before I get to Osiris's underworld. Osiris isn't there right now anyway. When you get right down to it, the job here isn't that bad, even if I do feel as though I was slowly but surely falling apart.
See you later.
Only too glad to. Hands off!
What do you want?
Can you help me?
What do you need?
I need some traveler's sand.
Very well. But you must get me a drink first. Here's a coupon. Don't even think of coming back without a drink.
My friend, the clairvoyant, might be able to clue me in.
Ah, a little peace and quiet at last. Strange. Where's the loo paper gone off to? Oh no, there's no more paper! Gods, have mercy! Where do I get paper from now? Okay. Thanks.
What can I do for you?
I'd like a drink, please. Here's my coupon.
Fine. Do you want it with or without an olive?
Without.
And do you want ice in your drink?
Yes, please.
I'm sure you'll want a tiny umbrella.
Ooh, yes, please.
Coming up. Hey, where is the bottle opener?
Stop looking at me like that, you half-rotted mummy. I am not a bottle opener. You got that?
Never mind. I'll use my teeth. It did the trick way back when, too.
Oops!
I can't open it.
Well, why don't you give me some other beverage? Like that divine lemonade back there. Yeah! A rotten mummy tooth.
What am I supposed to do with that?
This won't work.
What am I supposed to do with that?
The hole is plugged. The lice is light where it should be. I'm back.
And no sooner here than gone.
Ow!
Oh, it's absolutely awful.
What happened here?
Oh, Seth has converted all of my staff, priests. Now they're clearing everything out of the temple that's not dedicated to Seth. They're turning my beautiful Lotzaluk casino into a temple to Seth. My career is ruined.
Go on. Believe in the Ankh.
What Ankh are you talking about?
Well, you know, Can you still recall the days of '79? Back on the Red Sea coast?
Horace? Are you still banned to that Ankh?
Gee, guess I am.
I'm sure you deserve it. Ever since I've known you, all you've done is take advantage of humans.
But that's what they're there for, aren't they?
That's the Ankh I know, no doubt about it. You promised me the world and everything in it, a future by your side.
Gee,
When you left me stranded, I had to start from scratch. But I was strong, and I did it my way. In the end, I made it all the way to High Priestess.
Yeah, applause, congratulations. Now, are you going to help us or not?
Why should I do something for you? You'd never do anything for me.
True. Which proves what?
Ankh,
What?
we're not getting anywhere like this.
All right. If we give you back your temple somehow, will you help us then?
That, and an apology from you.
An Apollo what?
Okay, we'll get that solved somehow.
What? Asil, that's out of the question. Why,
Come on, Ankh. We've got work to do.
What is it?
Are you making any progress in gathering believers?
Well, I do have one new one. A very likable young man. Really likable, if you get my drift. If only I were able to bewitch him a bit more. All that used to be so much easier. Maybe it's my perfume. Could it be that musk scents aren't in anymore? Although naturally, it's very exclusive. Did you know that musk is extracted from deer? Maybe it's time for a fragrance from another creature, a more aggressive beast.
See you later.
Yes, have fun.
Isn't she wonderful? I have fallen for her completely.
Go on. Believe in the Ankh.
No, Isis is the only true god. Isn't she?
Isis doesn't fancy you much anyway.
Why?
You're wearing a leather apron that's gone completely out of style.
What? Do you really think so?
Oh, definitely. That thing is really embarrassing. Nobody wears them anymore.
Maybe the funny little man is right. Better not risk anything. Here, take these, and get lost.
How's it going?
At the very least, maybe you could believe in the Ankh. Just a teeny weeny bit?
You know how it is. As an Arab, I'm sad to say that once again, the Egyptian gods don't hold any sway over me. And besides, I'd rather turn the world over to Seth than believe in the Ankh.
I knew she was gonna say that.
Did you notice that carrier falcon up there?
My father and I used to go hunting with our falcon quite often. It's a popular sport in Arabia. If I had a leather guard for my wrist, I would call him.
I must get going.
No, it's definitely not you.
Oh, hello, my friend.
Don't you want to win against Seth?
Oh, you know, I already won the last time around. For me, I'd say that's enough for the time being.
Isn't anybody here making the slightest effort?
It's amazing the effort Seth's putting into this, if you ask me. Not that I'd ever really give him the benefit of the doubt, but he really is committed.
Bye for now.
We'll see each other at the victory celebration, if not before then. But I'm a permanent guest of the Hotel of the Gods.
It's all a matter of faith, my friend.
Good to see you, Asil.
Same here. Help us convert people to the true faith. Come on, help us.
I'm afraid I'm not very good at making speeches, but maybe you'll find something in my suitcase that could help you.
What could that be?
My socks. Maybe you could convert people with the help of my socks.
Oh, no doubt, Shalom.
Unfortunately, I forgot the suitcase key at the Oasis.
Once again, you're an incredible help.
Why, thank you.
But what about proof?
Proof? Hello, Asil.
Same here. Help us convert people to the true faith. Come on, help us.
But we already are. We're telling everybody that they ought to believe in one God.
What? You're supposed to make them believe in the Ankh.
Why? There's only one God, and that's the God of us Israelites.
Outrageous! And what does that make me, then?
Can it, will you? All you are is a glorified bottle opener.
Asil, your entire lot of friends couldn't get anything right if they tried. And as soon as I rule the world, I'm going to toss the whole bunch of them into the flames of hell.
Watch your mouth, Ankh, or we won't have any supporters left to count.
Say, what would happen if we melted this thing down?
We, don't seem to be getting anywhere here.
One God. Hello, Asil.
I'm busy.
Makes sense, don't you think?
Hello, Asil.
I'm busy.
All you have to do is believe.
It shows a crocodile flashing its gleaming white teeth. Oh, yes. Who doesn't know the grinning, toothbrushing crocodile? I'd incur his wrath if I dared that. Very sturdy material.
Well, it certainly has a persuasive ring to it somehow.
There you are!
I'm already gone. And here is the message that was tied to its claw.
Keep it up. Well, I can read them now, but they aren't too helpful. It says...
Hello, Asil. I've been able to decipher the game rules. Unfortunately, I've got bad news. You can no longer win unless you beat Seth or take advantage of the rule of exemption. The rule of exemption comes into effect when a god manages to double the number of his believers. So, have fun while the world comes to an end. Yours, Tek Tot Kashun. P.S. By the time you read this, I'll already be on my way to the Caribbean.
Double the number of his believers, which means we only need...
Ah, it's dawned on him. Time's a-wasting.
Apparently no one has ever entered the competition with that few votes.
I choose to ignore that remark. Let's get going.
My old chum.
Vote for Badawi! Badawi for president!
Cut it out, Badawi. We have other problems.
Oh, what kind?
Is that your former embalming room back there?
Yes, it is. But nobody's been to that cursed place ever since a terrible monster scrambled up from the sewers.
A terrible monster? You don't say.
You should not go in there, under any circumstances. Hello.
What kind of marvelous talents could you offer to save the world?
Marvelous talents? All I can do is embalm and concoct the appropriate mixtures, provided I have the ingredients. Hello.
We've got to get the people on our side.
Yes, precisely, on my side.
No, Badawi, on mine. Is that too much for your thick skull?
Oh, and what am I supposed to do?
Just believe in the Ankh and everything's honky-dory.
Okay, will do.
Really?
Sure. If it helps you, I'd be glad to.
And now? Nothing's happening.
Badawi, are you really believing?
I believe so. At any rate, I'm certainly making an effort.
Forget it. He's not a real believer.
Badawi.
I'm trying. Honest.
It's not going to work like that. He really has to believe in me.
But in all seriousness, how am I supposed to believe in a bottle opener?
I never, ever want to hear the B word again. Never!
I don't believe it. My old foe, the toothless crocodile, doesn't seem too pleased to see me anymore. We've had a lot of fun together. Lots of ingredients for preserving mummies. All that's missing is a sign that says, "Attention, secret hiding place." Ew, how could Badawi ever have chosen this job? Huh, this looks like a mummy dating back to the first pharaohs, the ones who built the pyramids.
Come off it. That's just Tutankhamun's brother-in-law, a good-for-nothing called Tut for Tit. But he was loyal to me back then. Go on, Asil. Bring him back to life.
Just look at all the stuff this guy's packed into it. What does your ego say to this? Oh my, that's not exactly what I meant to happen. Crocodile tears, salty and crumbly. I wouldn't dream of thinking what they'd do with that. Not for the life of me. There's something written about research work here. We have found out that an irresistible fragrance is created when the sweat of a true hero is mixed with the glandular liquids of an animal and then is rubbed onto a female body. Say, I would have loved to have been there when they researched that. There's something written about research work here. It occurred to us that a nearly indestructible material can be produced by... Rats, I can't read this line. Further along it says, if you then drench the material with musk it will become so resistant that it lasts better than conventional cement. This indestructible material reminds me of something.
Or someone.
And you can make this material as rock solid as cement. That might be useful. No thanks. I quite like my hands. Anyone who grew up in an Egyptian architect's house knows how to disarm lethal traps. A very dangerous foot trap for extra-large jackals. Even his sweat stains are still on it. Is that good or bad? A delightfully sweet perfume. Catch! I'd say we're even now. A sporty escape, you might say.
Oh, are you all right, Asil?
It wouldn't have killed you to help me earlier on, you know.
Oh, thank you so much.
Ah, perfect, Asil. The secret ingredient for the secret remedy.
All fine and dandy, Badawi. Now please get on with making it.
I now hand you the secret remedy.
Yes, well, thanks. But what do I do with it?
Goodness gracious!
Come on! Let's liberate the
For
temple!
the revolution!
Not this time, Shalom.
Oh.
My lovely temple! The two of you have given me back my temple.
Oh, the Ankh deserves all the credit. And all because of you.
Ankh? Is that true?
What shall I say? You got your temple back? Will you help me now? Will you believe in me like you did back then?
You caused me so much pain and hurt me so badly. But if you apologize for it, I'll forgive you and believe in you again.
I've never apologized to anybody.
Then it's high time you did.
Well, how do you do it?
It's quite easy. Say it.
Say it. Go on. Say it.
All right already. I'm sorry.
What?
Yes, I did use you. Happy now? I needed somebody who believes in a god trapped in a pitiful Ankh. I had to put a little more oomph into it than merely showing my affection. And of course, I couldn't keep all the promises I made. How could I, with no arms and no legs? So I found myself a new bearer as fast as I could. Then I headed for the hills. But my affections were sincere. And even though it feels really strange saying this, I ask you to forgive me.
Oh, I forgive you.
Was that convincing enough?
Top notch.
Thus the winner of the battle is the Ankh.
What? I'm never going to accept that! I am the true winner! I and no one else! If I can't have Egypt, then no one shall have it!
Not a pleasant sight.
Somebody ought to do something about it.
But who?
What about you?
The bad guy.
As of just a moment ago, I am no longer the
I
ruler
won't
of
bother
Egypt.
you any longer. I won't bother you any longer.
And Horus is still
I won't
banished
bother
into
you
the
any
Ankh.
longer.
While Osiris is still in a stew.
But in the end, we really do have to intervene, don't we?
That's a door.
Good day to you, sir, and welcome to the conference room of the Inca gods. How can I help you?
I'd like to go through here.
You are an Egyptian and not an Inca. Please go to the designated section reserved for you. Welcome to the sacred prop room. What do you need?
The props from Seth's stage performance 1,000 years ago. Somebody has awkwardly written show sore on it. Sore instead of saw.
Do come in. We hope you're going to have a pleasant stay.
What Seth is doing there.
Quite the contrary.
Well, then again, he's...
That's the saw! How did that get here?
However, where is the proof that Seth had a hand in the incident?
Somebody wrote show sore on it instead of saw.
Only Seth spells saw like that, so he must have exchanged the saws.
But how is Seth supposed to have gotten into the prop room?
He stole the key from Thor, who was the prop man at the time.
Just as I always told you, I'm innocent. It was Seth.
The proof is there. You deliberately sawed me to pieces.
Yes, all right, I did it on purpose. But you had it coming. Isis always loved you more than me.
My revenge shall be fearsome. Get over here. I'll smash you to pudding. Come here.
Oh no!
Hey, what about my victory?
In other words, Seth is a cheat. Somebody has to stop him before he devastates the whole of Luxor.
Luxor is already pretty much smashed to bits.
I'd say the two of you ought to solve this problem. After all, it was you who won the Battle of the Gods. Get out there and show us your stuff.
What do you want us to do?
Go down and banish Seth. Banish him into a divine object, just like we did with the Ankh back then.
All I can say is, the punishment really and truly is horrible. So, what are we waiting for?
So be it. I'll send you down.
And exactly how am I supposed to do that, Mr. Know-It-All?
Crashed. How symbolic. Seth's feet haven't done those cat statues a lot of good. I must banish him, bond him to a sacred object. The broken statue of the High Priestess.
I'm still trapped in this blasted bottle opener.
An empty, battered trash can. Taken. Hello?
No matter what's going on outside, I'm finishing my book this time.
No big deal. Just the world coming to an end out here.
Even if the world does come to an end, so what? Now scram.
Hello?
No matter
What's the title of the book?
the never-ending story, and now get lost.
A nearly perfect match. But there's still something missing. I'm not sure that's a brilliant idea. A tad larger than usual, and wedged between the stones at one end. Asil, come up here, quick!
Let's jump.
Ow! Oh no! Oh! Oh no! Oh! 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 Oh!
That was that.
Another god banished into an object.
Hopefully he won't find himself a bearer whose nerves will have to take a beating. Boy, was that an adventure.
I wonder if the Ankh is going to be a just and kind-hearted ruler.
Maybe it has learned something from all this.
Let him surprise us.
At any rate, we can say how great it is that we were able to save Luxor in the nick of time.
Asil,
Yes?
what would you say if we went back to Cairo and started looking for a new little house for us?
But maybe this time in a safe neighborhood that's not full of taxmen and civil servants.
Definitely. Children?
3, at least. And I'll call one of them Ankh.
Asil!
Ah, only joking.
It's time for a hero to save our land. It's time for a fighter with the will to stand. The gods, they are cruel, the gods wanna play, and the gods don't play fair. So prepare. Yes, this is Cairo. It's all magic and sand. With the greatest of culture, but it's all in your hand. Ooh, with the god of the gods and the girls with their beautiful hair. You prepare, but beware, take care. Ooh, take care. Ooh, take care. Ooh, take care. Mighty gods, prepare for the battle. The end of the world is nigh. Days will be dark and the night will be shining as fire rains from the sky. They're rumbling and crumbling, they are creeping and crawling, as the darkest of things are awake. So who can hold them and who can stop them? Cause the lives of us all are at stake. It's time for a hero.
And we herewith officially declare the Ankh to be the next ruler of Egypt.
Bravo!
How long do you need to get the retransformation going?
Oh, you know how it is. There are a few things we still need to research.
Fair enough, but rather sooner than later.
Of course.
Until then, you can rest on this soft cushion and take a load off your mind.
In the meantime, we'll give some thought about how we could be doing something good for Asil and his charming companion.
Charming companion? Okay, for once I won't add my 2 cents to your thoughts. Not yet. So, now I'm gonna think up some new laws. How about it is strictly prohibited in all of Egypt to purchase, sell, or even use a saw? Hey, hang on! Let go of me! I am not a bottle opener!